Amy and I went to Joshua Tree, which was really cool. We stayed at this place called Rimrock Ranch, which was really cool. Has anybody ever been there, Rimrock Ranch? Anybody?
Rimrock? Sounds a little gay.
Sounds totally
good. My friend Eric was like, he went to Rim Job Ranch. Yes, Ranch. So juvenile. I can't believe I didn't have a gay dream there. So went to Rimrock Ranch, and it was great. A friend of mine told me about it, but she said, she warned me, she's like, it's really rustic, and there's a guy who takes care of the caretaker there, who like takes the money and all that stuff. He's like, she's like, really be careful of him because he can suck you in. He'll talk, and he'll suck you into his to the conversation, and like you'll lose like hours of your day, basically, if this guy gets his clutches in you. And we were like, yeah, we know how to handle people, right? So we get there, we pull up, and we have to like knock on. I call the woman who like lives in like Burbank or whatever, who runs the place, and she's like, yeah, just talk to John. He's in cabin 3. And it was like we get there, and I knock on the door. And he like comes out, and just immediately he just starts launching into like 12 subjects at once, like talking to us about, you know, I literally just knocked on the, I didn't even say who I was or anything. He was like, so anyway, I'm trying to get this house here I'm trying to get this house out here, and it's like I've got $75,000. I got to put more money down, and you know, things are like absolutely crazy out here. The weather's really good, but it's supposed to get a little bit colder right now, and the hot tub's not working, and there's an observation deck over there, and the dog's here, but don't pet him too hard because he's got a bad hip. And like, you know, I just cleaned out all the cabins, I just washed all the towels, but I didn't put any fabric softener in. I mean, literally, like on and on. We're like, can we just have the key that's very inconveniently attached to like a tree branch that we have to use right there? So we get, it's good that it's just that you know that. So we get in, and like some things kind of go, it's just a really jarring experience, and we're happy that we get in there. And it's funny because the dog, it like mirrors the guy. The dog's like one of these dogs that just will not leave you alone. You know what I mean? He's like, we literally had to like come into the door. We're like shutting the door like on the dog's nose because he's like trying to get in. And we're like, we left our dog at home. That's why we didn't want to be around a dog. That's what we're trying to explain to the dog that you can't pet his hip, right? The dog's like, I've got a bad hip, but I'm walking in here and I'm having problems. Yeah, so the dog's it's ridiculous. So we're like, the dog mirrors the guy. So later, though, we're like, things were going wrong with the cabin, like the TV was not working, the satellite wasn't working, like we didn't have...
You shouldn't be watching TV on your vacation in Joshua Tree.
Yeah. That's what I said, but we're kind of right. Yeah. It was late, we got up there late, and we were like just watching TV by the fireplace and whatnot. We couldn't get the fire stove working because I don't know how to work anything. And so... I'm like trying to light it, and I'm just lighting these little things that you're supposed to light. He gave us 4 to light for the 3 days that we were there. I lit like 3 of them and couldn't get the fire started, you know? I'm like just sprinkling the rest on the logs and finally get it started. So we're just like watching TV, but then we don't have any channels, and like the hot water is not working, but neither of us want to go over and talk to this guy to like ask him to fix any of it.
Like you'd rather be with shitty stuff.
Exactly. I'd rather be cold and without hot water than talk to John in cabin 3. And so the next day we just go out and we go to Joshua Tree, which is amazing, and we ate a pot cookie and like hiked up and like walked around. Of course, once we ate the pot cookie, everybody we talked to who was like hiking up the mountain with us was foreign, which was really weird. Just people everywhere. It was like English professors and just weird people
on their way to take the TOEFL exam.
Exactly. But only when you're high, right? Only when you eat a pot cookie. So we come back, and I have to settle up. I have to pay for the 2 nights, and you know, Amy made me go do it, and I was so mad. We got into like a little fight, literally a fight about like, no, you go pay him, and she's like, no, you go pay him, and you go pay him. So this really nice romantic weekend became about us avoiding paying John. So we get in there, and literally, his door was slightly open, and like...
This is my favorite part of the story, that his door was slightly open, he wasn't even facing you?
Wasn't even facing me, and I just like tipped it open, it like literally opened up like this, and he like kind of, he didn't even see me in the background, he's like, are you on AOL or are you on Juno? Because I thought all my Juno emails were stuffed into an account, they were slammed away somewhere, and I can't find it anywhere. I cannot find it. My TV's out too. I was going to come over to your cabin tonight and watch the Grammys, which I was like, yeah, that would have been great. You and us watching the Grammys. The best. Do you like Nelly Furtado? Because I love Nelly Furtado. At first I thought she was Brazilian, and then I thought she was Puerto Rican, and I don't know what's going on there. So. But the funny thing was, I finally, like, literally, I'm like, okay, I'm like trying to shut the door. I'm like, yep, that's great. I'm trying to get in and out of the conversation. It's like volleying, you know what I mean, or crossing like a busy street. And I'm just like literally in and out and trying to like, finally I get away. And I just was like, thank God, that guy's got so many problems. Thank God I just don't have to talk to him. And I started to think about it as I was.
You were talking about it with me too.
Yeah, and I was like, we started talking about it when I came back, and I was like, this is exactly, and you do this too, what both of us do at our therapist's office.
Right as therapy is about to end.
I can sense that she's like gonna stop the conversation, so I basically become this guy.
I talk about every
problem. I try and jam it in. You know what I mean? I try and literally jam every problem in. So like I can see her like start. She can literally just change her shoulder position like this right here, and I'm like, so anyway, yeah, I'm having some problems with my dad, and I really don't want him to overeat, and I feel like he's starting to overeat more, and I want him to go see a nutritionist. And Amy and I are starting to have some things that are going on right here, and I don't know if I can control the dog, and my career is falling apart.